You did end up, as I've said, you end up moving to Rangers at the time. I mean, right now they're top of the league, back in their position. But at the time you went to Rangers was Ali McCoist in control at that stage here?
Yeah. I spoke to him a few times. A couple of times before I'd went and signed and stuff like that. But Alan McCoyst's a great guy, absolute legend. Nice guy. Just what you see is what you get on the TV as well. He doesn't take his personality or characters. Everything you see is what you get. A great manager, great guy as well. Like as a friend, I would class him as a good friend as well. Like, so what he does off the pitch, he helps personal matters and stuff like that. Is always an actor. So
I'm just going to show a little clip here, and that shows how much fun you did have at Rangers at that time.
His vision was to take the club back into up the next step of the ladder, and he's done that. He's still got a lot of issues off the park that he's got to deal with, but he's been very proud of his players. They've stuck together. The average age is very, very good.
There we go. How did that come about, mate? Was that live on TV?
That was live TV. Live TV.
Love it. So is that why you controlled your reaction to what had happened? Because you knew the cameras were on you?
There was no hiding. So you got to stand and embrace it and just, deal with it.
Blinded, mate.
Ian, I've got a question for you, mate. You've your reputation was very much about being this kind of hard tackling midfielder, etc. Anything that people would have known about you, any footage they've seen, you can see you don't mind sticking your foot in. Just taking it back to, I think it was early 2010, a Rangers player by the name of Jelavic, who you may remember. He claimed that you intentionally injured him during a match. Now, did that happen, or was it a claim, or did you just want to leave a little bit extra in because it was him?
No, I'd never intentionally go and do that to somebody. And if it was to be intentional, I made sure he never kicked the ball again. You know what I mean? So it's like if you're going to do the job, you do it right, and you don't get back up. So I went into the tackle, and it was rough. But just because he had a Rangers strip on at the time, in that era, they thought nobody could touch him, and it never bothered me. So he got chased to Mildy and Black.
And I bet he never come near you again after that, eh?
No, I've never seen him for a while now.
Brilliant.
Do you think the offshot of that followed you to Rangers? Do you think there was ever any sort of animosity towards you because of that?
No, there was for about 6 months after it, but the supporters pulling up the street and that. Because I'll never forget, I remember I was out with one of the boys on a few beers, so some Rangers fans, some hooligans, decided that he'd come over and go face to face with him and tell me that if I ever done that to one of his players again, I'd never kick a ball against. And I was like, all right, fair enough, but it's just a game, mate.
Yeah.
So he just get on, man.
It's from experience. I mean, it's a different sort of vibe in Scotland with some of the sort of rivalries and some of the. I mean, it's such a passionate game up there, which leads us on to kind of the Old Firm derby, really, which is, I mean, anybody all around the world, that is one of your top 5 derbies. What are your kind of memories of that, mate? Because anybody that speaks to anybody that's played for Rangers, that is the first thing at the forefront of your mind.
Yeah, it's a game that everybody looks. And I was only fortunate enough to play it once, but again, it's one that a lot of players will never get. So I think we played them in a semi-final at Hampden, and it was like, it's true, like everybody says, the atmosphere. It's crazy. And it's so intense with the pitch, and it's just hunger for both sides and desire for both of them to win and not get beat. It's crazy. Crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot more. I mean, I don't know what our listeners are going to know or not know. I mean, I'm assuming a few of the Scottish lads are going to be watching this as well, trying to see and pinpoint what your comments are. But as a Southerner going up there, my dad went up to watch Raith Rovers versus Celtic in the cup final a few years ago. And as a dozy sort of Cockney lad, he's gone up there with my uncle, a Scotsman, proud Raith Rovers fan, and he was taken into one of the Orange clubs up there, and he's walked in, and there is a picture of the Queen up on the wall, and the man at the door says, "You either love the Queen or pay." So my dad, being a dozy git, turns around and goes, "How much?" With absolute venom in his mouth, he says, "With your life." So then my dad's kind of cracked himself and turned around pretty much. But that pretty much sums up kind of how the feelings between the teams and the animosity that's there. Did you have or experience anything like that whilst you was up there, mate, or there, mate?
No, I was quite fortunate, but obviously being Scottish and watching the games and seeing crowds and supporters, I do know how hostile it is, and the divide between the two of them. So yeah, the Queen is, as the Rangers fans see it, she is the Queen, and they love her. There's actually a picture of the Queen in the changing rooms as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
What about for the players as well? Obviously, players know each other off the pitch, whether they live near each other or they've played with one another before. Once you're kind of off the pitch, does that rivalry still continue, or is it just literally over the white line? Because that's a big derby, and it's hard to switch off sometimes as well. So, did you have any friends in the Celtic team, and did that kind of bowl over outside of the white lines, if you like?
I always see football as when you cross white lines. I would see it as it was me or him. Like I was out to do my job, and I would do whatever it took. I get paid at the end of the day better money if I win the game. So that's how I seen it. But as soon as I come off the park, yeah, for me, it was like done and dusted. Your mates, but you would get a lot of players that were bitter, that was hold grudges and be like, I'm not talking to you and stuff like that. But they were sad people, but you do get them. But
yeah.
It's football. It's just a job. I've seen it. It's just a job. We're out to earn money, live life, and just get on with it. But
yeah, it gets really tribal with the fans of clubs and stuff like that. Whereas, as a football player, like you said, it is a job, and obviously you appreciate that. You're sometimes playing with people's emotions and stuff like that. But there's only so much as a player you can give to that, because you also need to be living a normal sort of life, as normal as it can be, in that spotlight and when you're put on that pedestal.
Yeah, and that's it. You do need to try and live your life, but again, I think I touched on it before, that you've got to make so many sacrifices as a lifestyle and what you want to do to achieve being a player.
If you want to be, and that is if you want to be the very best, isn't it, Ian? Like you get, some people have that opportunity and they earn that initial bit of money when they're becoming a pro footballer, and they think they've done it, and they can live their lifestyle how they want to live it. And you see, that's why you see someone have a really good start and get loads of goals and assists or whatever position they're playing, do really well in it, and then they get rewarded with new contracts, lots of sponsorships, probably lots of adulation outside the football club. But then you see the performances on the pitch drop off. And how did you keep yourself motivated, taking all those things into consideration?
Yeah, for me, it was. I grew up in a rough area. I never had a lot. My mum and dad helped me a lot and tried to, support me and my sisters and my brother. When they got, so just been brought up with football at my feet, and I had nothing else in mind apart from just wanting to play football. So I wasn't the brightest at school, so it was something that I wanted to. I just always focused on football, and yeah, it takes a lot of dedication. And again, going back to what you said there as well, that a lot of players sometimes think, "Oh, I've got my contract," and they end up billing big time, but before they know it, it's finished. So yeah, you need to try and keep players grounded and trying to achieve. And once you've achieved one goal, set another goal. And when you hit that goal, set another goal. It can never end. It never ends. Your career ends quick, but your goal should never end. There should always be another goal to try and get out.
You've got, going back to the Old Firm derby slightly. Talking about rivalries on the pitch here. There was a friend of yours who you played with earlier on in your career, which I think the sort of Old Firm theme run thick through him. Let's have a look at this clip.
I think it's just added. They got the ball. And a bit of the man as well.
The ball, huh?
Yeah. So in the 93rd minute, yeah, last kick of the ball. And I know you're good friends with him, aren't you?
I wouldn't say good friends, but I know Scott Brown off the pitch because I played with him when I was at Hibs. So yeah, good lads. Again, he's seen it the same as me, that he was just a winner.
Yeah.
And that was it. He was set up apart to do his job, and he was similar, like rough and a hard tackler, and he got a name for it. But he was good at it.
What was he like at Hibs? He was at Hibs, wasn't he? I'm not making that up. He was at Hibs. Wasn't he? I remember him being an attacker, like a forward at Hibs. Did he did you see that develop into a more rounded sort of rough, ready ball playing centre midfielder?
No, he was sort of a white player. He was a white left, white right. I never ever thought I'd see him there, because back in the day he was really quick, could move, and he would glide past players. He was good at running to the ball. So I never ever thought I'd see him playing centre midfield and having such a successful career like he has.
Yeah, I mean he's obviously sort of the stalwart of that Celtic team.